right, Facebook Live. Here we are.
Take two.
Take two. All right, we're doing a special one today because yesterday we had some technical difficulties. So we're recording today with Anna here. We're going to get the music going. Let's hit it. Welcome to Time for Success, Business Owner Moms Edition. And today we have our wonderful guest, Anna Alt with LSL Finishes and Happy House Handyman Services and Handy Lady. I mean, we don't want to be sexist, but...
Well, it's a handyman service.
Right.
That is what it is.
Do you have any handy ladies?
We don't have any handy ladies.
Oh, okay.
I'm not against it.
All right. Well, of course not.
Do you know
any
handy ladies? Because I'm not very handy.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we could... Anyway. All right, moving on. So, so Anna, you got a couple of different businesses. Just tell the audience a little bit more about, who you are, what you do.
So my name is Anna Alt. My husband and I have a painting and flooring company called LSL Finishes. And recently, we, along with a partner, we took over Happy House STL. And that's a handyman company. We do everything under that wheelhouse. And I am, I guess, the face of the company. I do everything on Facebook, social media, LinkedIn. I go out and talk to people.
Right.
I'm good at talking. And I like to talk up my husband because I believe in what he does. And yeah.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to meet him. He seems like a great guy. I didn't get a chance to talk with him a whole lot.
Because you and I were talking about
Taco
Taco Bell.
There was Taco Bell, yeah, and then spaghetti.
And steak loaf.
And there was steak loaf involved, yeah, definitely. It was delicious. So
I had it for breakfast the next day.
Really?
I did.
Really? I've never thought. Did you put like syrup on it or anything,
No,
like just to make it a little
no.
bit more, breakfasty? I guess because everybody's gonna have a
I'm
ton of
not
sugar
really
for
a
breakfast.
fan of breakfast food. So
Oh, okay. All right. So I guess it
leftovers
worked
are
out.
good for me.
So leftovers is breakfast. That's cool. Not quite the same as like college pizza, but all right. So you have the handyman services and the paint finishing services. And how long have you had these companies again?
So my husband has been in the industry since he was 17. He was a union painter for many years, and we bought, remodeled, and sold 4 homes.
Okay.
And we had a general construction company that we ended up selling. And 2.5 years ago, we started LSL Finishes, just painting, because he noticed a need in the market for quality painters that weren't an arm and a leg. So we started LSL Finishes and then added the flooring, because what is the first thing you do when you buy a house? You want to change the paint and the floor. Right.
Change the look of it, yeah.
So that's why it's painting and flooring. And Dan and our business partner, Mark, they worked together for this other company. And Happy House kind of fell into our laps, and that's how that happened.
Wonderful. Yep. Okay, so now tell me a little bit more about the family dynamic. You've got children?
I do.
Right.
Or we do. We have Samantha and Brody. Samantha's 10. Brody is 9. They're both swimmers. They're competitive swimmers.
Oh, okay. So that's a time chunk there, too.
It is. So after I leave here, I'll be going to swim practice for a couple of hours.
Awesome.
I myself will not be swimming. But my kids are amazing. I love them. They're great. I get compliments all the time. Got 2 dogs, a Boston Terrier and a Chihuahua.
All right.
The Chihuahua's so terrible, but he's my terrible dog.
Now, are they like, my dog is very needy. Like,
my dogs
as soon as I walk in the door, he's all over me, always following me around. If I sit down.
They're on your lap.
Yeah. Well, he's like a 17-pound Pomeranian, so he doesn't like, I don't always let him on my lap because it's really not very comfortable, but yeah, he wants to be there.
Oh,
so.
Yes. So me, Dan, 2 kids, 2 dogs.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you've had a business before. You've got LCL Finishes. You've got this new acquisition and all that. So in competitive swimming, obviously that's a huge time chunk as well. So do you sometimes find it difficult to be able to balance family and business and all that?
Honestly, no. I'm really good at time management.
Excellent.
I've always been good at it. When you asked me to do this, I started thinking about my life and how I do juggle so much.
Right, right.
I live and die by my calendar.
Wonderful.
And I even schedule time when I know I want to rest and be alone.
Perfect.
Or I want to go home and watch TV by myself. I'm just good at, I put things on the calendar and I make sure I do them.
Well, I like what you talked about there, because so often we don't necessarily make time for even the downtime, right? We're just like, oh, well, whenever I catch a breath, I'll just stop.
Yeah.
But, for you, it sounds like you have a certain level of introspection skills, if you will, some inner awareness where you know kind of the times of day that you're going to just need that time.
Do nothing.
Right.
Yep.
Right. So is it a certain time every day you find, kind of like certain time in the afternoon?
No.
But you just...
I try really hard to keep certain days open.
Okay.
For grocery shopping and to do whatever I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's not every day. Some days, like yesterday and today, it is bam, 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 bam. Yeah. But I know tomorrow, I don't have to put on regular clothes. I can stay in my pajamas all day and bake cookies.
Wonderful.
So I'm okay with the constant some days, because I have that to look forward to, that I can relax.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you at least take a day or two out of the week.
I do.
And just kind of focus on some you time. Or some family time, of course, but I'm sure that's all part of it. But, and do you find, do you typically block out time where like certain days have a certain focus, or do you try to hit certain, a lot of different things during the day? How do you...
So I've gotten better at deciding Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Those are the days that I'm focused on work.
Wonderful.
Whatever it is, whether it is doing one-to-ones, whether it's answering emails or posting stuff on LinkedIn or Facebook. Those are the days that I from sunrise to sunset, I focus on that.
Okay.
And then I sprinkle in other times, because as a small business owner, you're always working.
Yeah, things come up. You're also the chief fire officer, so you got to put those fires out whenever they come up.
I try to, yeah. Or sometimes I make the fires.
Right.
Like
well, there's
I did
that.
Today.
Yeah, yeah.
When I lost my key behind the dash.
Right.
And then my husband had to stop what he was doing for 2 hours to fish out said key out of the Jeep.
Yeah. Well, but luckily he's a handy guy.
He's a handy guy.
That out, right? So, yeah.
He fashioned a little tool, and I have my keys. And then I went directly to a locksmith and got a second key made.
Now, I'm just curious. Did that tool involve like wire hanger or duct tape at all? Because that seems to be...
So at Home Depot, he found this really long, skinny thing.
Yeah.
That you press a button and it goes out and it kind of like grabs.
Oh, okay. All right.
So then he attached a magnet to it.
Nice.
And that's how
wonderful
the key was found.
That's a beautiful thing. Yeah. That is a beautiful... I love his ingenuity there. It seems like whenever I fashion a tool, it involves like a wire hanger and duct tape somehow.
Well, does it work?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, of course.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. But I guess I could have taken a wire hanger and put a magnet on it. It would have been a fairly similar concept.
Somebody on Facebook suggested that.
Yeah.
But I had no wire hanger.
All right. Fair enough. Not everybody carries them around with them, just in case.
Do you carry wire hangers around?
I don't want to talk about this.
You're not on the...
Don't judge me, Anna. I'm asking the questions here.
All right.
So, obviously, business is one area that you define success, and making sure your family's getting to the competitive meets, and the kids are being able to improve their skills and all that stuff. But if you were to take a step back and after a conversation with your husband and your family, how would you guys define like success in your life? What would that look like for you?
So you asked me that, and I thought about it. For me, I want stability. When I just want to never have to worry about saving money for Christmas presents. I just want stability. That is success to me.
Yeah.
For my husband, I think someday living on the Gulf. We talk about living on the Gulf in a single wide trailer with pink flamingos and Christmas lights all year long and a sailboat. That's success for him. That someday he can do that.
The simple life.
Simple-ish.
Right.
And I asked my son months ago, what Dad's getting another business. We're trying to be successful. I asked him, I didn't say, what does success mean to you? But
right.
For my son, he wants a humongous house.
Okay.
He's more...
So he'll have your trail will be in his front yard.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
There we go. All right, perfect.
And Samantha, success for her is she wants to be a lawyer someday and have a high-rise apartment in New York City. So we're all going to be all spread out all over the United States.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could work out the big house with you guys just in the front yard, but then that whole high-rise tower
we'll just go
thing
visit Samantha.
Yeah, you just visit. Well, it gives you an opportunity to go north a little bit, whenever it's the season for it, because you don't want to go
fall
there.
in New York.
Right.
It's beautiful.
Right. Yeah. Of course. Maybe when they light the tree around Christmas time.
That would be
big
fun.
thing,
Yeah.
Town Square.
I could do that.
Yeah. So that's awesome that you guys are having that conversation with the kids and just trying to get that bigger picture of where things could be for them.
We're really good at involving our children with our plans and our dreams. We're a pretty good team, the four of us.
That's excellent. So, what are some additional ways that you encourage your kids to just kind of look bigger at life, believe in themselves and work towards their goals? What are some hints there?
Well, even before I read the book, Make Your Bed or Make Your Own Bed, or I don't even know what it is.
Right.
I've always gotten up and made my bed.
Mm-hmm.
That's important to me. That's the first thing you do in the morning because then you have one thing accomplished.
Yeah.
My kids, we've taught them when they get home from school on the bus, immediately you do your homework. You get it over with. Before you play, before we go to practice, you do your homework and it's done.
Yeah.
We try to teach our kids just to get what you have to do done that's not as desirable done first.
Yeah.
And then things will fall into place, whether it's fun or whatever it is.
Right.
We have taught our kids to prioritize.
That's good.
Does that answer your question?
Well, yeah. That's a great principle. You hear people, you hear it said in terms of prioritization and all that. Just eat the frog first, right? Frogs are typically ugly or whatever. For whatever reason, you have to eat a frog.
I've never heard that term.
You've never heard that?
I've never heard.
You gotta
eat the frog first.
Right. You eat the frog first thing in the morning. The frog thing is the ugly thing that you don't want to do. And for some reason, you have to eat the frog.
Okay.
But
I eat the frog by making my bed.
Right.
And my kids have to eat their frog doing their homework and chores before they get to play.
That's good. Yeah. We've kind of got a similar principle at the end of the day. Excuse me. After school, you gotta get that stuff done first. So, but yeah, that's great. So you do a lot of reinforcement. You have these conversations with your kids about what success looks like, what they envision for the future of their life. Are they looking to be entrepreneurs as well? Have they expressed that?
Brody always talks about being a veterinarian, and Samantha talks about being a lawyer.
All right.
So maybe they'll have their own practice and their own, what's a vet office?
Well, yeah, a veterinarian practice.
Practice.
Yeah, and a law practice. Yeah, they're both practicing.
Okay, yeah.
Right? Because you're always improving your skills, I guess, is what it is.
Yes.
Something like that. So, well, that's great. Now, is it, do you guys travel? A lot of folks kind of travel is a big thing, seeing the world together as a family. Is that as big of a deal for you guys?
So I want experiences. The whole love language thing.
Yeah.
Presents don't mean that much to me.
Yeah.
I want to go places with my kids. We have taken them to Seattle.
Great.
So they've been on to the West Coast.
Good.
We went to New York City in October.
Yeah.
We've been to a place called Beaver Island up in Michigan. Have you ever heard of it?
I don't know if I've heard.
So Lake Michigan is pretty large, right?
Yeah.
Towards the top is a tiny little island that you have to take either a 2-hour ferry.
Really?
Or a 20-minute plane ride. Yeah. So we, some friends of ours have a house up there, so we've been to Beaver Island. We've taken them to the Atlantic Ocean.
Wow.
So I try to go different places.
Okay.
I grew up going to different places, and I want my kids to have that too.
Yeah.
There's so much to see in the United States. Grand Canyon is on my list.
Yeah.
Southern California is on my list.
Yeah.
I'll get there.
Yeah. Yeah, Grand Canyon is beautiful. It's kind of a big hole in the ground, but it is beautiful.
I said that when I went and saw it as a teenager. I'm like, yeah, it's a big hole. But now as an adult, I see the majestic thing
stuff
about it.
Whatnot, so forth. Yeah. That's fantastic. So I'm guessing by the sound of it, and correct me if I'm wrong, you prioritize the travel and the experiences probably even more than having the newest Xbox or the biggest TV. I mean, is that kind of how you guys prioritize?
Yeah. So Dan and I have never been gamers, for lack of a better term.
Well, okay.
We do have an old Super Nintendo.
Sweet.
That we'll get out
There's
occasionally.
There, yeah.
But our kids, they don't really care about gaming. They'll do it with their friends a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
They don't have cell phones. Samantha did ask Santa for a cell phone.
Yeah.
And it made her realize that Santa's not getting a cell phone this year.
Right.
But no, we don't do. They've got older iPads. It's not a thing. Right.
So for your family, you guys have made the priorities those experiences, and it sounds like you've they get excited about traveling as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they still like stuff. Let's keep it real.
Well, yeah. Materialistic children. Huh.
I
know, right? Yeah. So that's fantastic. So, a lot of people, they feel the pressures of, keeping up with the Joneses, having the biggest TV and all that. But, it sounds like you guys, really, to you, it's about living life together.
We have fun.
Yeah.
We do have a boat that we got last May. That was like our goal for this year.
Fantastic.
It's not new to us. We live in Lake St. Louis, and you can find us on the water almost every weekend, sometimes during the week.
Yeah.
That has brought us so much closer as a family and with our community, because the kids are on the summer swim team and they're now on the ski team, like water ski.
Yeah. No, I know about that. I water ski.
So we've never been the keeping up with the Joneses kind of people.
That's awesome.
We do us. I always say, you do you, boo.
Yeah.
And
that's great. So obviously you've had a previous business, you've got this business, you're getting another business, and so I'm assuming that in this walk there's probably been moments that have been some challenging times, right?
For sure.
What has been you and your husband's key to success in terms of getting through those difficult times together, keeping the family unit strong, and making it through to the other side?
So I always say that Dan and I, we work hard, we play hard, we love hard. Sometimes we fight hard. I mean, everything we do heart and soul.
Yeah.
In our first business, Dan was and can do almost anything building wise.
Okay.
But I say that he had no business. We had no business owning a business.
Okay.
And what I mean by that, you can know how to do something. You can be the best fly fisherman maker, those little beautiful little things.
Right, yeah.
But if you don't know how to run a business, you won't succeed selling this stuff, right?
Right.
So when we had our first construction company, after 5 years, business kind of just dried up because we didn't look to the future. We didn't try to drum up new business. It just kind of fell into our laps, and we're like, oh, sweet.
Yeah.
When we sold that first company, Dan, in the next 2 years, he learned how to do business. He had never used a computer before. He didn't know processes. He didn't know spreadsheets. He learned that. So even though he could do all that stuff physically, he didn't have the background. He didn't have the foresight. Does that make sense? So now, with LSL Finishes, Dan has a big picture. I have a big picture with him. So even though you can be excited about something that you know how to do, you need to take a step back and do your business plan. Figure that out before you even, sell your first fly fisherman rod. I don't know why. I don't know why that is.
Are you a big fly fisherman?
I'm not.
Lady?
I literally have never done it.
Okay, well, it's all right.
But I watched Ozark.
But you have to admire.
The little fly.
Yeah, I mean, there's skill involved. It's admirable. It's admirable. So, but obviously, if you haven't started your business yet, you should at least get into doing some planning, looking at the bigger vision of where you want to go. Because I guess as you talked about him developing these skills, he probably didn't develop these skills until he actually kind of had he understood the reason behind that and where he was trying to take his business. Is that fair to say?
For sure. So there's people that can go to school and can learn how to do a business. Know how to do a franchise model, right?
Right.
Well, and those people can get out of the gate. And so Dan and I were different. Dan and I had to learn on the fly, and we had a lot of mistakes and failures. Yeah. To get us where we are now. So there's two different schools. You can either do and redo some more.
Right. Well, it's good to have like some mentorship, some guidance, some education, but you also have to apply it, and we don't apply it perfectly because we're human beings. So I'm sure even once you guys learn how to do something, just like I've had these moments too. You learn how to do something, but then you have to really figure out and test and measure how it works in your business. Right.
For sure. And I listened to a lady that talked about the importance of a franchise model. Not that you're going to franchise your company, but that at any given point, your business, I could give it to you, and you could read my processes and know, right, I mean, you're not going to do as good as me.
Well, of course not.
But
of course not.
You'd have an idea, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So that is key, and that allows you to be able to train everything much better. So, all right. So, regarding what kind of tools do you use in your business and maybe even in life? Are there any particular tools that you use to really help you better organize, to help with the workflow of everything?
I'm constantly using my calendar.
Yeah. Do you use like one of the physical planners as well as the digital calendar?
No, I tried doing the whole physical because I used to be a very pen to paper person.
Yeah.
But I realized pretty quickly that in this day and age, it's just probably better to have it all in one spot. Somebody told me that once, that you should have only one calendar.
Right.
As opposed to a calendar for a family, a calendar for this, a calendar for that.
Right.
So no, I use it on my phone. I'm smart enough to link it to my computer just in case my phone decides to die on me. Yeah. I have different apps that I use to keep track of all of the people that I meet and their business cards.
Oh, good. Like what's an example of one of the apps you use?
CardCam.
Oh, CardCam.
I love it.
That's a good one. I
don't keep any business cards.
That's good.
I take a picture of it and I give it to the person.
What if you need like kindling or something like that on a cold night to start a fire?
Ooh, good point.
I mean, you might just in case. It's kind of handy.
But I have big trees that drop a lot of stuff.
Okay. But don't let them know that you're burning the card unless you let them know, hey, I've already got it in my digital system. I don't know. Some people get weird about that.
Yeah, I just give it right back. I take a picture and I give it right back.
Right. I've even heard people complain about like taking notes on their card, like even from the conversation, like, oh yeah, I need to send this person a referral. People get like, hey, that's like the face of my business. What are you doing? I don't know. So I don't know. Everybody's got their own idiosyncrasies.
You can write all over mine. It doesn't bother me.
So that's excellent. So CardCam's a great tool. Yeah, I've used that. What about? Do you guys like share your calendar, your family calendar?
We tried doing that.
Didn't work out so well?
No, it's just easier for me to tell him what to do and when to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it got a little confusing.
Right. Yeah, we do a little bit of calendar sharing, but sometimes it still involves conversation too. But that's excellent. So with you, I love how you guys are really about experiences for your family, and really know how to prioritize and just make the time for all those little things. How would people get a hold of you?
My phone number, lslfinishes.com or happyhousestl.com.
Okay.
You can find me on Facebook. I love to take selfies, so if you want to be my friend, you can see me taking selfies all the time. I'll probably take one with you. So.
All right. Well, great. Well, thank you very much. This is Matt Barbie with Time for Success, Business Owner Moms. And thank you all for watching.